When we first start working with a new client, we always sit down and ask them why people buy what they sell. And what they typically have is a laundry list of features and benefits for their product, all of which they hope add up to a compelling reason to do business with them. But what they're often lacking is that one killer app or that one silver bullet that's going to cut through the clutter and actually get people to pay attention to the marketing message. Now, strong advertising and marketing focuses more on being a corkscrew rather than a Swiss Army knife. So the corkscrew does one thing, and when you need a corkscrew, you need a corkscrew. But a Swiss Army knife tries to be prepared for every situation, and so there's a lot more corkscrews sold in the world than there are Swiss Army knives. So take a look at your marketing and ask yourself if you're designing it with a core purpose, that one feature that's going to stand out in the marketplace. Because we talk about this all the time in Juicy Bits. It's a crowded, loud marketplace, and it's easy for people to ignore you. So you need that one thing that's really going to cut through the clutter. But all too often, like I said before, you're probably guilty of building a Swiss Army knife, trying to come up with 10, 20, or even 100 reasons why somebody should do business with you. But that's all going to add up to a pile of noise. So let's take a look at some examples. When Apple launched the iPod, now the iPod could do a lot of things. It broke through the MP3 market in a number of ways. So there are a lot of things that they could actually talk about. But they decided to lead with the slogan, 1,000 songs in your pocket, which really summed up what only the iPod could do that none of the other MP3 players could do. Take a look at what Netflix did when they launched their service. They simply attacked the really negative connotation about movie rentals, which were late fees. Blockbuster was making millions in profits on late fees. And so all Netflix had to do was say, Netflix, no more late fees. And that was enough to get them to, again, cut through the marketplace and actually build market share for their product and service, even though they were offering a service that nobody had ever used before. The examples go on and on. Just like TiVo, which in the early days was the first way that you could pause live TV. But TiVo had a slew of other benefits that would learn what you watched, and it would automatically record shows for you that it thought that you might want to watch later. But they didn't try to lead in the marketplace, and they didn't try to put all of that in their advertising. They simply created commercials that said pause live TV, which had never been able to be done before. And it's what allowed people to pay attention to them and actually launch their product. So ask yourself what it is that you do for your customers that makes it worth their time and makes it worth them buying. Make sure that you design all of your ads to be a corkscrew and not a Swiss Army knife. And they're going to be far more effective.